and they met two strange people carrying a barrel filled with water. The fire dragon had suddenly appeared on top of the volcano, and Yuji's guess was right that they would be after this monster to wreak havoc. So Yuji will attack them with his magic before the fire dragon goes crazy because of the water in the barrels. They were confused because they didn't know who had suddenly attacked like this. Then one of the men thought that maybe this was just a trap for monsters. So they continued their journey towards the fire dragon with one of Yuji's slime. One of the men there said that the plan that the people from Aldarian had made was perfect. So there could be no other obstacle slowing down their main goal today. Yuji overheard their conversation. He was also curious about the barrel they were carrying. Does it contain plain water, or water that could spawn monsters like that time? Yuji also thinks that Aldarian is one of the names of the city in this world. Then Yuji immediately caught the two people and wanted to investigate some information about them. They suddenly killed themselves, just like many events that Yuji had seen so far. Now he knows that these two people are members of Blue Moon. Then Yuji told his slimes to check the barrels they were carrying. The slimes felt a strange aura, similar to the Dryad forest at that time. Then Yuji immediately called Dryad to check the strangeness of these barrels. Dryad said that this thing had cursed water that could irritate the fire dragon and go berserk. Because of that, Yuji will remove this curse, and Dryad will return to the forest where she lives. After that, Yuji told his slimes to recheck the surroundings of the mountain. They saw the lesser fire dragon acting more and more strange. Then Yuji was told by the innkeeper that it was going to rain soon. So the innkeeper told Yuji to leave the town immediately. Then it looks like the citizens are also getting ready to leave, but it turns out that Yuji didn't run away because he wanted to save the city at all costs. While the fire dragon was getting annoyed, he walked towards the city of Virginia. It rained like this 50 years ago, and today it just rained again. This is a very strange thing for Yuji because he thinks it must have something to do with Blue Moon. They may have other ways of influencing the weather, like the incident in the city of Rickard. The citizens could not escape. The fire dragon had already been seen in front of the city of Virginia. Then Yuji told Proud to go to the river and watch the fire dragon. The fire dragon may be hampered if it passes through the river there. In Virginia City, there are two rivers, and Yuji will use this to defeat the fire dragon. Proud and the slimes had arrived near the river, and when the fire dragon came, he didn't seem to stop. This monster kept going until it touched the water and stopped at the river. When the fire dragon walked again, it was seen that the water in the river had evaporated. Many fish were already cooked from the heat of the fire dragon. Because of that, Yuji will fight it with some high-level magic. Proud and the slimes quickly reached the area in front of the fire dragon. Then Yuji started to attack the monster. The fire dragon could defend against many attacks, and Yuji told Proud to take the slimes to the last river. When the fire dragon reaches the river, Yuji will release the magic wall at the river's end so more water can hit the monster. It turned out that Yuji had prepared for this from the beginning. The fire dragon approached the first river. Then Yuji told Proud and the slimes to get closer to the monster. They looked at the fire dragon, which was no longer moving. When Proud and the slimes want to return to Yuji's place, the fire dragon is still alive and wants to attack Proud and the slimes. Proud and the slimes were almost killed by the fire dragon. Then this monster will attack the city with its power. Yuji had to stop the fire dragon immediately. He wanted to sacrifice a lot of his MP again to use max level magic. But he wasn't worried about it because Yuji had a potion to restore his MP to 10 minutes ago. Finally, the fire dragon was defeated. Then Yuji saves the drop monster item into the slime storage, and it looks like a tool has fallen. Yuji didn't know this thing, but he would keep it first. After that, Yuji went to the Geiger shop again to ask for a new armor made with materials from Fire Dragon. Geiger was surprised because the one who defeated the big monster was Yuji alone. But Geiger wouldn't say this to anyone, and he promised that Yuji's armor would be ready tomorrow. After that, Yuji went to the Adventurers Guild at night. First, Yuji asked about Aldarian City to the receptionist girl. Then she said that Aldarian was strange because the people there always seemed to be alone and didn't want to be disturbed by anyone. So the city was very uncomfortable for the adventurers who visited there. Then Yuji also asked about the thing he found earlier. The reception girl said this thing is a tool to create artificial rain. Every city must have it in the arsenal of the Adventurers Guild, and there is a special emblem to indicate the name of this tool's ownership. But the reception girl didn't find the emblem, so she didn't know which city it was from.
どこの町のものだろう。雨を降らしたの。
The next day, Yuji went to the Geiger shop again. Yuji's armor was already made by Geiger. But he didn't allow Yuji to test the armor's resistance here because Yuji's strength was too great. Geiger wanted to know Yuji's name, but Yuji didn't say his name because he didn't want to attract other people's attention. Then Yuji said goodbye to Geiger and immediately went to the city of Aldarian. On the other side, one of the Blue Moon members is seen performing a ritual to gain strength. After that, the Blue Moon organization will immediately proceed with the next plan.
人ともに賢者が現れる。